All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back again doing a live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea news. But today, not really about the news. It's more about having a discussion about some of the players that we linked with. I think it's going to be quite interesting to talk to you guys about this and get your opinions on the matter as well. I can see point 44. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in already. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. Really pump the likes. Let's be on top of the likes as soon as people coming through. Just keep banging in the likes. And if you're here for the first time, let's subscribe, man. Let's get to 23,000 subscribers. Yeah, let's not hesitate. Let's not hesitate one bit. Point 44 over here. Big up to you, my man. Are you going to discuss the Nagelsmann agent stuff? I mean, look, I can touch up on it in the later video that I'll do, which is the Chelsea news roundup that I do on a daily basis at the end of the day. The late night news specials, I can round it up there. But to be honest, I mean, look, he said, she said, I mean, it's going to continue. We've got Nagelsmann's agent saying one thing, and then today we saw the article from The Athletic by Raphael Hoinstein stating that no, Chelsea categorically deny that, that Nagelsmann was even considered as the top candidate. So look, let's move on from it. Pochettino is our manager now. Let's concentrate on that. I can definitely touch up on it at the end of the day in the news special, as I said, but there's no point in making a big talk about this because it is what it is. Yeah, look, Nagelsmann maybe was a bit confused as to where our plans are going in the future. But look, seems like, Pochettino, he's not confused. He's ensured. He's making sure that his mind and the project ahead is as clear as, crystal clear, so that all parties, all stakeholders know what they're getting into. So look, I'm not bothered about what Nagelsmann's agent has to say, this, that, the other. To be honest, I didn't even want Nagelsmann. I wanted Luis Enrique, but anyway, we move. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about LAUTARO Martinez. We want to talk about Romelu Lukaku. We want to talk about Andre Onana. I'm going to try and watch Inter Milan as closely as possible till the end of the season, as much as I can, because these are some of the players that we link with. Obviously, Romelu Lukaku is our player, and there is a potential that he comes back. Although I do believe, I don't think he really wants to come back. I truly believe he wants to stay at Inter Milan after watching the interview yesterday. And I know, okay, it was an emotional time. Inter Milan just qualified for the Champions League final. So obviously he's going to be elated, and obviously he's going to be very excited for Inter Milan. And it could be totally different come end of the season. But it just feels like Romelu Lukaku truly wants to stick around at Inter Milan, man. He truly feels home there. I don't want to force this guy. To be honest, I don't want him back anyway. I don't even want him back because I don't think he has Chelsea in his heart. I don't think he wants to represent Chelsea. It will just be something that's forced upon him, and we don't want that. We truly don't want that. But we want to start the discussion from LAUTARO Martinez. I'm going to talk about LAUTARO Martinez. And once again, I do understand. It was a one-off game that I watched last night. I want to watch Inter Milan a lot more, but I've seen LAUTARO Martinez previously. The LAUTARO Martinez that I saw even last season, was it last season that Inter Milan lost out to Liverpool? Was it the quarterfinals, semifinals of the Champions League? Something like that. Might have been the quarterfinals. Was it last season? And LAUTARO Martinez scored that goal in the second leg to make it interesting in that particular tie. Even then, LAUTARO Martinez looked good. But over the last probably 12 months or so, I don't know, man. Let's specifically talk about last night against AC Milan, what I saw. These are some of my observations, and I want to see what you guys have to say about this in the live chat. I'm going to pull out some of your comments very soon, right? LAUTARO Martinez, from what I saw last night, is one, he's not a lone striker. I don't think he can play as a lone, like a number 9 who's going to hold up the ball, link up, this, that, the other. He's not a genuine number 9 for me. I think he's a second striker. So he's not a number 9, in my personal opinion. I think he's a second striker. He does well when there is a prominent figure up front that can do all of that stuff. Hold the ball up, link up, put those cheeky passes through, much like what Romelu Lukaku did for Lautaro yesterday to score the goal. He's more of a second striker, and I think he does better when there is a prominent big man up front. The reason why it didn't work out with Edin Dzeko is not like that Romelu Lukaku sort of stature. I'm a bit surprised that Lukaku doesn't start for Inter Milan at the moment. I mean, he looks like he's very, very fit right now, and he looks like he's hungry again. He's back to that old Lukaku again. But Lautaro Martinez is definitely not a lone 9. Feel like he's a second striker who needs a prominent striker up front. And the third point is, I don't think he's that explosive pace. I don't think that agility is there at the moment, like the way it used to once upon a time when Lautaro Martinez first broke into the scene and he was linking up with Romelu Lukaku. That Lautaro Martinez was dynamic, man. That was quick. I don't feel like the Lautaro Martinez that I saw last night, and that some of you guys probably been seeing for the past few matches, is not as explosive as he used to be. And in all honesty, all throughout the match, AC Milan, they weren't really troubled, if I'm being absolutely honest. They had the measure of Lautaro Martinez. They weren't really troubled. Just right at the end when Romelu Lukaku came in, nice threaded pass. It was a good finish. To be honest, a particular finish that I feel like Mike Magnan probably should have saved. It was in the near post. Still lovely finish. So overall, I don't know, man. Lautaro Martinez, I understand Pochettino wants this. Well, I don't know. These are the rumors that's going around at the moment. And some really, really good sources are saying that Pochettino wants Lautaro Martinez, and our board apparently has Lautaro Martinez in their list. And when you look at the strikers option at the moment, the strikers that are available, I don't think we're going to be able to get Victor Osimhen because of financial fair play situation. Ivan Toney, there's talks about him potentially getting a 6-month ban, but a lot of that ban may be covered during the off season. We'll see. Ivan Toney ain't going to be cheap either. You best believe Ivan Toney is going to cost a bit of money. Brentford's going to make sure they squeeze out as much as money as possible. But Ivan Toney would be a fantastic shout, no doubts. But I'm just weary, man. I honestly don't think Lautaro Martinez can succeed in the Premier League, like from what I've just seen. And I want to see him more. And I've seen a few of the comments already in the live chat. Nkunku is similar sort of player, except a lot more explosiveness, a lot more creativity. So that's my feeling around Lautaro Martinez. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Let's take up some of your comments. So we make Lautaro sign for Chelsea by saying Lukaku is at Chelsea, and we make Lukaku stay at Chelsea by saying Lautaro is signing. Yeah, look, could there be a situation where Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku both play for Chelsea? I mean, is that something that Pochettino is cooking? Do you know what I mean? Is this what Pochettino is cooking? He wants to bring Romelu Lukaku. Well, he wants to apparently talk to Romelu Lukaku to see if he wants to resurrect his Chelsea career. And, he's interested in about Lautaro Martinez. Could that be a potential situation? Joshua, Poch wants a striker who can drop deep, be a 10 as well as Kane did. I think Lautaro can do that. Lukaku can't. Now, I understand that. I completely get it. This is what I've been saying. We have to make sure we know what we're doing when we think about getting a player like Lautaro Martinez. Big up to you update as well. Good luck on tonight's match, my man, against Man City. We'll We'll talk a little bit about that. But coming back to the whole situation, Pochettino wants a particular striker that can do what Harry Kane does for Spurs, drop in, play as a number 10. I don't know. Like, what about Nkunku then, Joshua? Couldn't Nkunku do the same thing? I think Nkunku does the same thing, probably does it even better. That's just my personal opinion. I understand Romelu Lukaku, he can't do that. There is no way Romelu Lukaku can drop deep and play as a number 10. That's not his style. But then why are we getting linked with Lukaku as well? That, you know, that he's potentially going to come back. And we're going to talk about Lukaku very, very soon. But for me, it just doesn't make sense. You've got Nkunku. You're potentially going to try and keep João Felix. Doesn't make sense. João Felix, Nkunku, LAUTARO Martinez. It just don't make sense to me, man. Like, it feels like a lot of the same stuff. So far, our board's shortlisted players have been utter trash. Only Enzo has been good. Felix has been meh. Fair enough. Wrong formation for us, Miz. Yep. Big up to you, my man. Vlahovic, for me, is number 1 striker. Technical ability to drift wide or drop deep. Yeah, look, Vlahovic as a package seems like that could potentially work. But Vlahovic as well, another particular player that's been so out of form. I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, from the players that are available, probably Ivan Toney. But even then, there's a big question mark as to, you know, how the ban is actually going to be served. Lautaro's stats at Inter are crazy, but we know how it ends at Premier League. And that's the other thing. Just because they've been doing well in Serie A, that don't always translate well to the Premier League. We saw Romelu Lukaku struggle. You know, he's done madness in Serie A, and then he comes to the Premier League and he struggled. I know previously Romelu Lukaku was in the Premier League and he's done well for Everton, but yeah, it's crazy. Sam, Miz, Gundogan is leaving City for free. Why can't Chelsea go all out on him? One of the best Premier League midfielders of this decade. Just imagine him, Enzo cooking together in midfield. I mean, why not? I would love that, but not everything is as straight cut as that, man. I think Barcelona truly wants this player. This player, I think, wants to go to Barcelona as well. There could even be a potential that he signs a contract extension at City. I know he will be free, but don't rule out the situation that he signs maybe a year, 2 years at Man City. I think at the moment the issue is that they're only offering him 1 year. Maybe he wants 2. But there may be a case where they give him the 2 years. But even if he's not, what's in it for him to come to Chelsea Football Club? What's he got to achieve? They're most likely going to do the treble this season. What's he gonna gain at Chelsea Football Club? There's got nothing else to prove, man. Honestly, and I don't think he'll move from City to Chelsea. If I'm being absolutely honest about the situation. Digital film reviews. Vlahovic is still young though, and we wouldn't have to pay premium. He has the dog in him as well. Now I agree. I mean, Vlahovic definitely has the dog in him. All these, Serbian players, Serbia, Montenegro, these sort of players, they definitely have the dog in him. I mean, you can see Mitrovic as well. These players from those nationalities, they have the dog in him, man. I don't know, man. Is that who we want? Is Vlahovic the kind of striker that you guys want, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Raghav is saying Martinez will struggle in the Premier League. I honestly think Poch's plan of going for Premier League proven players is great mindset. We bring in 10 from outside and hardly one works perfectly. Look, Premier League proven players. We should look out for players that are going to get relegated this season, likes of Leicester, in the likes of Southampton. There's some, especially Leicester with Maddison. I wonder where Maddison's going to be potentially, going as well. My Wi-Fi is acting very, very strange. It shouldn't be the case, but It generally happens when there is heavy rain and there's wind about, and that's exactly what's happening at the moment outside. The connection is being a bit strange. Hopefully it becomes better. Nathan, I'm sorry that it's breaking. I can't do anything about it. It's just crazy weather at the moment outside, which is causing this situation. So we'll try and pray, everyone pray that it all works well. But yeah, Alvarez just extended his contract. Nowhere he lives. Yeah, man. I don't think. Yeah, there's no reason for us to think too much about Gundogan, if I'm being absolutely honest. Can Martinez win aerial duels from crosses in the box? Hey, no, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Especially in the Premier League, I don't think so. Madison in Ericsson role, even Eze or Lise would be great. Yeah, I don't understand why people are not looking into some of these Crystal Palace players. Eze and Olise. Some people got to look into these players, man. They're damn good. It's strange that then, people are not looking into this. The look of Eze. Definitely like the look of Eze. He can 100% play as number 10. Olise as well, as a wide player, would be excellent too. Do apologize for the internet connection, ladies and gentlemen. I can't really do anything about it. It's just poor weather outside, and it sometimes creates this mess with the poor weather. Some of Martinez's missed goals are worse than Torres, and he couldn't do anything in the World Cup for Messi. Yeah, that's the other thing, man. There's some big misses from Martinez. Look, for me, the final verdict on Lautaro Martinez is, I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to shine in the Premier League. And I feel like we've already got Nkunku, who does similar things as Martinez anyway. So I wouldn't concentrate too much on Lautaro Martinez. We'll see how this particular scenario materializes in the summer. Obviously, Inter Milan financially they need to sell players. Could there be a situation where both Romelu Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez plays for Chelsea? But we're going to have to play differently. You would have heard what Romelu Lukaku said post-match, that I test the is saying, Miz, why aren't you reading my comments? Got to have balance. I'm trying to just look through, man. Sorry, brother. I'm not trying to read your comment. It's just there's a lot of comments, man. All right, let me pick up one of your comments. Aguero played as a number 9. Alvarez plays as a number 9. Why are people so obsessed with 6'5" strikers? Aguero played as a number 9. Alvarez plays as a number 9. Why are people so obsessed with the 6? No, I mean, look, give me those level of players then. Give me an Aguero, give me an Alvarez. I mean, don't tell me Lautaro Martinez is Aguero-esque or Alvarez-esque. Like, Lautaro Martinez, from what I saw last night, and once again, I reiterate, I need to see him more over the next few matches. He's not as explosive as Aguero was. He's not as explosive as Alvarez is. Alvarez is a beast. He presses like an animal. He can score from almost anywhere. Lautaro Martinez, it's not the same Lautaro Martinez, man. He definitely needs a striker to play with. Alvarez, on the other hand, I don't think the way City play, they can fit him in anywhere. It don't matter. So, yeah, if Lautaro Martinez was that level of a player, then fair enough. But I don't think he's that level of a player at the moment. That's just how I feel right now about this. Enzo Lefi, as Matisse said, is a good shout, Miz. We have Mount potentially leaving and Galadog too. Need someone like that, and it feels like he could be an underrated signing. Yeah, look, Enzo Lefi, I've seen a few bits and pieces of him, some clips. He looks like a very, very good player, but the only thing I worry about Enzo Lefi is with the physicality of the Premier League might just be a bit too much. That's what I worry about. He could be a bit of a lightweight, but you never know. You never know. He could potentially work out as well. Look, it definitely will be a cheaper option, an economic option. So, and he wants to leave. He already said that he doesn't want to stick around. in Liga. So, yeah, I'm just a bit surprised. Not many clubs out there, big clubs out there, have linked themselves to Enzo Laffi. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat. This upcoming transfer window is easily the most important one in this club's history. There's zero room for error. We should either go big on Osimhen or stick with Broja and get a bargain bin player. Look, no way we're going to get Osimhen, man. I 100% feel we're not in for Osimhen. We're going to have to balance our books very soon. Nizar Kinsella coming out and saying, we're going to keep Gallagher, we're going to keep Mount, we're going to keep all of these, homegrown players. People need to understand we are in the mud at the moment financially. We have to balance our books. And in order to balance our books, how are we going to get someone like Osimhen? And I get it, we have to balance our books by the end of 30th June, and we could potentially do Osimhen for after, in the next financial, period. So we balance the books out by 30th of June, and then we get Osimhen after that. I get it, we can potentially look into something like that. But that's a lot of money to outlay, man. I don't think we're going to do it, man. Victor Osimhen is going to be in excess of more than what Enzo Fernandez was. Victor Osimhen is, do you know what I mean? If, one of the biggest players for Napoli, if not the biggest player, Napoli is going to ask for a lot of money for him, and he's going to demand a lot of wages as well. It's just I don't want to keep my hopes up for Victor Osimhen. But yeah, stick with Broja, stick with David Datra Fofana. Maybe, and this is probably why we are talking about the fact that Romelu Lukaku could be back. Let's talk about Romelu Lukaku now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys saw his interview post-match, where he was talking to Thierry Henry, he was talking to Jamie Carragher, Kate Abdo, and Mika Richards. I swear, Lukaku looks like he's loving life in Inter Milan. Obviously, it's been a very, very tumultuous season for him. It's been tough, and this is what he was saying. He got injured, he wasn't fit. Then in the World Cup, it was one of the lowest points of his life. But now, slowly, he's coming back into the frame. And Romelu Lukaku said Simone Inzaghi was trying to play pressing from up front, high intensity. And they quickly saw that wasn't working for them, and they were leaking a lot of goals. And they reverted to the old style, which is counter-attacking football. Romelu Lukaku literally is coming out and saying, we cannot play high-pressing football. So I don't know why Pochettino, if the rumors are true, or even Chelsea, if the rumors are true, that thinking about potentially bringing back Romelu Lukaku to resurrect his Chelsea career. He can't press from the front. If that's how we want to play, he cannot do that. Unless we change our style, unless we start playing counter-attacking football. No problems. I've got no issues with that. But we need to decide what we want to do. No point in saying we want to press from high up, but let's get Lukaku in. It's counterproductive. Lukaku is just not that player. And the other factor is, Lukaku, honestly speaking, he looks like he's so happy at Inter Milan, man. He don't want to come back to Chelsea. I know a lot of people say, but Miz, he's our player. He's on a lot of wages. He's going to have to come back. I don't want a player to come back to Chelsea Football Club who don't want to be at Chelsea. Simple as that. When these players clearly seems to indicate that they don't want to come back to Chelsea, we have to find a solution. We do. If the solution is that, okay, let's talk to Inter Milan, see if we can give him another loan, and somehow subsidize his wages as well. If Lukaku can take a wage cut again and then Inter Milan pay half of his wages, no problems. Nathan saying terminate Lukaku's contract. My man, as I said, FFP, we're already in the mud financially. Terminating Lukaku's contract, you're going to have to pay out the rest of the contract. He's on 300K a week or plus. And don't forget, we need minimum 60 million just to break even with Romelu Lukaku. No one's paying 60 million for him. We definitely have to find another loan solution with Inter Milan. Now, whether Inter does it or not, that's a different story. Can we find a swap situation where if we are interested with LAUTARO Martinez, can we potentially look into, giving them Lukaku and we get LAUTARO Martinez? But I'm not convinced with LAUTARO Martinez either. I'm not convinced with LAUTARO Martinez. But let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts in regards to Lukaku? Give me some of your comments. Do you want to see him back? Does it make sense? Do you like the idea of Lukaku and LAUTARO Martinez together? Let me know. Lukaku another loan with Inter or Lula swap? Fair enough. Shano76, good to see you, my man. I will not watch Chelsea next season if... come on, man. No need to say those kind of words. Kolomoani is also one option. Not yet everything has been agreed between him and Bayern. The only worry is his price tag. Frankfurt wants 120 million. I like Kolomoani. I do. I think he's going to be a top player, man. He's one of those strikers that is so mobile. He can definitely drop in to midfield and link up and hold up and, play key passes as well. But Kolomoani, I think, is going to Bayern Munich. And what a purchase it's going to be for Bayern Munich. Yes, he's going to cost a lot of money because Frankfurt wants a lot of money. I like Kolomoani, man. He's got the total package. He's got the total package, in my opinion. Dominic, 100%, and he does not want Chelsea. If the heart is not there, then the performance will not be there. We're going to have to do what we can to keep him there. Yeah, unless somehow Pochettino can convince. But I don't want it because Romelu Lukaku for me is too temperamental, man. He could promise you that, yeah, I want to play for Chelsea Football Club. Sure, let's go. And then 2-3 months later, he's got a mood swing. Do you know what I mean? I would be up for that swap. This from iTest in regards to Lukaku and LAUTARO Martinez. iTest definitely likes LAUTARO Martinez. Why are so many people entertaining the return of Lukaku on Twitter? He literally doesn't want to be here. Look, this is where there are certain fans like us, right? We are talking about Chelsea on a regular basis. We try and keep ourselves well informed, and we know we're pretty much in the know as to what is going on. We have a solid idea as to what's going on, right? Then there are fans that are, I say, casual fans. They just rock up to watch the match and they're not really in tune too much with the news and whatnot. So for them, it's like, yeah, why not? Let's get Lukaku back, because they're not invested in Chelsea day to day as to what is happening. So they're not well informed about the news and different controversies that's happening, this, that, the other, because they just see the match and that's it. After the match, they switch it off. So for them, it's like, why not? Let's get Lukaku back. That's just my thought process around it. Because if you're really well informed, you wouldn't want Lukaku back. Miz, what about Tonali from AC Milan? My man. If you guys have missed out on my review for Inter Milan versus AC Milan, please check out that video, the review. I talked about all of these players plus the match as well. And Inter, obviously, making it into the Champions League final. Do check it out. It's in my second channel. The link is in the description. The channel is also in the channel profile. If you go into my YouTube page, you'll see a tab called channel. If you click on that, you'll see my second channel. So do look out for that video where I talk about Tonali, and also Brahim Diaz. I'm not advocating to get Brahim Diaz, but I liked Brahim Diaz's skill set, his ability to play in the half spaces, take the ball, turn, and then drive. It looked really, really good. Yeah, obviously he lacks the finishing. He should have finished that opportunity from Tonali. I like Tonali, man. Tonali is everything I want from a central midfielder. It's not like he's slow. He's definitely fast enough. He's physically quite equipped. Like, I've barely seen Tonali getting pushed over or bundled over or bullied. And his passing ability, fantastic. I would love to see a player of his caliber at Chelsea Football Club. Tonali will never leave Chelsea. Will never leave AC Milan. They will never leave Italy. These players, they stay in Italy in Serie A forever, unless something unbelievable happens and we can lure him with money. But I think Tonali will stay at Inter Milan and Serie A. Jerry, Ms. Nagelsmann looked down at Chelsea. It shows how absurd we are to be excited for him when he never wanted to relish the challenge. Can't get things on a silver plate. Much respect to Poch. Yeah, much respect to Poch indeed. So yeah, look, with Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about Andre Onana, I truly think we need to find a solution for him to stay at Inter Milan. I think we'll be forcing him if we want him to come back to Chelsea Football Club. I think it'll be like forced. It won't be from his heart. And we really need to do what the player wants to do. We can make him come to Chelsea Football Club, and if his heart's not there, his performance won't be there, and it's just going to be another mess. Simply going to be another mess. So that's my perspective in regards to Romelu Lukaku. Now, in regards to Andre Onana, what do you guys think about Andre Onana, the last player that I want to talk about before we wrap things up? Andre Onana, look, I always knew he was a decent goalkeeper, and last night he showed a lovely, lovely save from Brahim Diaz. He should have scored that. Andre Onana's distributions are very good, and I said this in my recent video when I compared him with Emiliano Martinez. I said that both are probably equally good in terms of shot stopping, but I feel like Onana has a better distribution. Steven Gerrard was saying that Onana could be a number 10. Now, calm down, Steven Gerrard. I don't think Onana is of the level of Edison when it comes to, or even Alisson when it comes to ball distribution. Edison and Alisson could literally play in midfield, or even Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen, I swear to you right now, Ter Stegen can play midfield. I'll tell you straight up. Andre Ter Stegen can play midfield. He's that good. Onana, no. Steven Gerrard, I don't know what he was smoking, saying that Onana can play, as a number 10. Onana's distribution's better, no doubts. 100% better than Mendy. Mendy is probably the worst when it comes to distribution. I think Onana's distribution is probably even better than Kepa. Kepa, one thing we always used to say about Kepa, his distribution, his ball-playing ability is good. I think his ball-playing ability is overrated. I don't think Kepa is that great when it comes to distribution. Emiliano Martinez, okay. Andre Onana, very, very good. The one that I would have loved to get is Mike Maignan. Mike Maignan is someone, great shot stopper. I know he should have probably done better with the LAUTARO Martinez's shot. But Mike Magnan's reading of the game, his distribution's very good as well, very composed, commands his box. So does Onana. Onana commands his box as well. I've got no problems with this. If Chelsea go for Onana, I've got no problems. I do like David Raya. I definitely like David Raya a lot. But let's see. What do you guys think about Onana? To wrap this video up, let's take some of your comments. Namiz, don't know what you're smoking. Goalkeepers can even play in midfield. Look. Have a look at Ter Stegen. Just please have a look at Ter Stegen. And tell me that he potentially can't play. I honestly think he can play. I think he's that good. Kepa has been poor since Sari Kobel from Dortmund. Means, have you seen the Tony news? Yeah, I have seen the Tony news. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for him, Milan would have conceded 5. There you go. Really? In all honesty, I don't recall too many chances from AC Milan in the first leg. In the second leg as well, there wasn't as if AC Milan peppered Inter Milan. I'm not really sure whether Inter Milan would have conceded 5. I don't think AC Milan had that many big chances. Last night, Rafael Leao, there was one good chance for him, but the ball went straight past Onana. Onana didn't even lay a glove. If that was on target, that probably would have been goal. Brahim Diaz's one was a good save, of course. I don't think it was tested enough. Personally, I think AC Milan looked very toothless. Rafael Leao was coming back from injury, so. But of course, not taking anything away from Onana. I think Onana still obviously was a very, very good goalkeeper. But I think it's the Inter's defense looked very, very good. Inter's defense was excellent. And Inter's setup under Simone Inzaghi, wow. I know whoever they face in the final in the Champions League are most likely going to be the favourites, but don't discount Inter Milan, man. They'll pose a bit of a trouble for whoever the finalist is. They'll end up losing, but it won't be a walk in the park. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat, Miz. I know you don't rate him, but I think El Nesiri could be a great option for us until we've sorted out our books. Great at hold up and one of the best headers of the ball in the world. Yeah, I hear you. Sevilla player, Moroccan player. I've watched a bit of him. Yeah, he's a workhorse, but we need better. We need better. Unfortunately, we need better. And if we can, as you said, if we can't get better, might as well stick around with Armando Broja and David Dutra for fun. You know, you've got João Felix. You know, use these sort of players to fill out the void. Looks like we will get a striker, though. Looks like we will get a striker. Mike Magnan in Serie A this season, saves per game 1.9, 66%, goals prevented minus 1.24, pass accuracy 79%, Onana 74%, goals prevented minus 2. Looks like Onana has been a better goalkeeper. Look, as I said, I do not mind Onana one bit. Long range shot miss, Onana and Raya are no-go zone. If people are complaining about Kepa and his height, then why are we going for Onana and Raya? No more short keepers. Yeah, that's the other thing. Onana's not like massively taller than Kepa. I think he's about like a centimeter or something taller than Kepa. So long range shots could still be. But do you know what? The thing about long range shots is it's about positioning. Kepa could be someone who could have dealt with these long-range shots a lot better had he positioned himself. The issue with Kepa is he's always positioned, or he reacts to the long-range shots a lot slower. I've seen shorter keepers that have been great when it comes to long-range shots. It's about anticipation. It's about positioning. Yeah, you need to have the reach, no doubts about that. But you've got to be positioned in a manner to be able to control those shots. I feel like Kepa, some of these long-range shots, you can see his positioning is off. He's always like on his left foot or in his right, like his balance isn't right. So that's a bit of an issue. Onana 4 centimeter taller. There you go. Well, not just one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Smash the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's hit those. We're up to 60 likes. Let's pump those likes up to 100. We've got well over 230 people live right now. Smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. You'll get another video later on tonight after the Champions League game, wrapping up the day's news for Chelsea. And check out my second channel. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel. Check out the review for the Inter Milan versus AC Milan match. Kudos to Inter Milan to make it into the Champions League final. King, long-range shots are not about height, you fool. Yeah, positioning is very, very important. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, take care and see ya.